Hello viewers, welcome to our Unity Android game development channel. This is our episode number 7 of how to create a 2D game in Unity engine. In the previous episode, we created spikes in our game scene. We created Polygon Collider 2D and used it as a triangle collider, as you can see in the screen. We used a triangle collider, or we made a triangle collider using Polygon Collider 2D component. We attached the spike collision script, detected collision, and we also triggered the dead animation of our bird. If you missed the previous episode, you can go to the link below given in the description, or you have missed more things, you can get access to the full course by clicking the playlist link given in the description below. And if you're not a subscriber of my channel, please do subscribe for bonus asset giveaway. In the end of this course, we will give the assets. To make sure that you are connected with us, you have to subscribe to our videos or to our channel. Now we will create the main game logic today. Before creating the main game logic, we have to understand how to spawn, or how to logically spawn the spikes in the game scene. Let's just get a preview of our game. As you can see, let me die first. Okay, this is the completed bird. We will spawn the spikes logically. In the game, one spike will appear only one time, two spike will appear 2 times, 3 spike will appear 3 times, and so on. Let's just watch. 0, 1 spike spawns 1 time, 2 spikes will come 2 times, now 3 spikes, 1, 2, and 3. Now 4 spikes will spawn 4 times, 3, 4. 5 spikes will spawn 5 times. So this is how our spikes will spawn. Now let's get started to develop the game logic. Now to create the game logic, we'll create a script, C# script, and we call it game controller. Let's just launch it in the monodevelop IDE. What just happened? The solution didn't load it correctly. Now it has loaded. Here are the all scripts. At first, I will create instance of this game controller class, game controller, and let's call it GC instance, and we will always initialize our instance in awake function. If our GC instance is null, then GC instance will be this class. What are the works of awake function, start function, or update function? If you missed it, then you can click the link that is given in the description to get the full course, and you can make sure you know all the functions of this default functions given by Unity. We will be needing more to variables. Let's call it public integer level public integer, we will count the wall touch, how many times our bird is touching the wall perfectly. Let's call it wall touch counter. And also an integer score, will count our score letter public integer score level wall touch counter. Let's just initialize level will be 0, wall touch counter will be 1. Now we'll create another function, public void, let's call it after touching the wall. Excuse me, after touching the wall. What this function will do? This function will be called whenever our bird successfully touch the wall. It means our bird is alive. After touching the wall, we will simply decrease the wall touch counter by 1, and we'll check if our wall touch counter becomes 0. If our wall touch counter becomes 0, then we'll increase the level by 1, and wall touch counter will be set to this level variable. Now what we are doing here, as we know the logic of our spike spawning, that 1 spike will come 1 time, 2 spike will come 2 times, 3 spike will come 3 times, and so on. This level variable will indicate how many spike will be appeared currently. The after touching wall function describes itself. What will it do? In the wall collision script, the on collision entered to the function, it indicates our bird has successfully is alive and it touched the wall. So we will call this after touching the wall function from this wall collision script, and we will decrease the wall touch counter. Whenever this wall touch counter is 0, we'll increase our level value and we'll set the level to wall touch counter. That will do our logic. Now we are done doing the after touching wall part. Let's just create another function and call show spike. We'll check at first our bird is moving forward or not. Bird flap dot bird script dot go forward. Else do something. Now what will we do if our bird is going forward? If our bird is going forward, we will do, let's just go to the editor and watch. If our bird is going forward, then we will hide the spikes of this left wall and we will show the spike of this wall. If, then we'll write it down, hide spikes of left wall, show spikes of right wall. Else we will do the reverse. At first we will hide the spike of right wall and we will show the spike of left wall. Now to show the spikes or activate the spike in the scene, we will write our own random function, random number generating function. Let's call it generate random number. Integer minimum, integer maximum, and integer how many. It means this function will not generate only one random number, rather it will generate a number of random numbers. To do so, we will be needing arrays. I will use C# list System.Collections.Generic will do. Now let's just take public list game object, left wall spikes. These are the arrays or list of game object. We'll initialize them from editor. Right wall spikes. We'll be needing another list of integer numbers. It will hold the current activated index, the current enabled index, new list of integers. Why I have initialized it here and I didn't initialize them here? Because these two lists will be initialized from the inspector or the editor, and I will use this list in my game logic, where the random numbers will be set in this array or in this list. To use this in the code, we have to initialize them, and these arrays or list will be initialized from the editor. Now we will generate random numbers. Let's just integer I is equals to 0 and check while I less than how many. We have to check that any random number is duplicate or not. Integer r random dot range minimum please follow here, returns a random float number between minimum inclusive and maximum inclusive. We will generate integer minimum and maximum number. For integer, this function actually returns the exclusive, the maximum number exclusively maximum number. So we have to send the value by increasing +1 to get our number between minimum and maximum, both inclusive. Now we will check the enabled index. This array or this list already holds this R or not. To check this, dot will see index of R. If this R already exists in this list, this function will return the index, otherwise it will return -1. So we will check less than 0, that means our R is not in the list. Then we will enabled index dot add this random number to our, and of course we will increase the I value. So this function now generates how many integers randomly and set them in this enabled index array. Now we will hide a spike of the left wall and we will show a spike of right wall. Void show left wall spike, void show right wall spike, void hide left wall spike, void hide right wall spike. This show left wall spike will do for integer I is equals to 0. We have to show the left wall spike. That means we have to access the left wall spike list or array. Left wall spikes dot count is the size of this array. Now left wall spikes, every index contains a game object. Actually this won't be the left wall spikes count, this will be enabled index.count. Yes, the enabled index.count left wall spike I dot set active true. Let's just see here. Let's just consider bluebird is a game object. If I uncheck this, our bird is enabled false, and if I check this, our bird is enabled true. This game object. This is what I am doing here. The game objects of this ith index will be true if they are generated from this random function. Similarly, this will be right wall spikes will be true. This will be left wall spike set active. This will be set active false, and this will be set active false, and this will be right wall spikes. Now we will call this function from our show spike. First hide a spike of the left wall, then we will hide left wall spike. Then what we will do, we will show left wall spike. In between these functions I have to do one more thing. I have to generate random number. What will be the range? The range will be, as we have to show the left wall spike, then the range will be 0 to left wall spikes dot count this array size -1, and how many numbers? The level is the spike numbers. Now we have to activate or spawn in the scene. Similarly, hide spikes of right wall, hide right wall spike, show spike of left wall, show left wall spike, generate random number 0 right wall spike dot count again how many numbers? The number that is set in the level. So when our bird is going forward, we will hide the left wall spike, then we will generate random number. So there is one more thing to do. Before doing anything, we will at first clear the array, otherwise it will always append the numbers at the end of this array. We will first clear the array, make it size 0, and then we will insert our random numbers in this enabled index list. And we'll call the show spike function from this. After show spike, let's go to the wall collision script. From this wall collision script, if our bird has successfully touched the wall, then we will simply access the game controller dot gc instance dot after touching the wall. As simple as that. Now let's just check our code is perfect, there is no error. And now we will create a game object and name it game controller. We will attach our script here at component scripts game controller. We will initialize them. How many? There are 11 left wall spike, so this will be 11. Let's just drag and drop them here. Spike 3, similarly right wall spike, spike Now we have done initializing these spikes. Now let's just check our logic. 1 spike, 2 spike. The left wall spike is not hiding. there must be something wrong in the code. Show hide left all spike, excuse me, this will be show right all spike. I am extremely sorry. And if this is the right all spike, then we'll generate the random numbers depending on the size of right all spikes, and this should be show left all spike, right all spike, excuse me, this will also be left all spikes. Now there is something I forgot to tell, that why I have done this. I know there are 11 spikes, so I can clearly write it down here. 11 minus 1, that means 10, and I can also write it down here 10. I actually do not do the work statically. Just think, if you want to decrease the size of the spike and want to increase the number of spikes in the game, then you have to again change these numbers manually from here. Now whatever you do with your spikes, you don't have to change these numbers, rather it will automatically take the size of the list or the size of the array. So this is a good practice. Putting the numbers statically in a function is not a good practice in game development or any other development purpose, because the game objects is variable. You may have to add or delete game objects in runtime or before running time. So this is a good practice to do dynamically the count numbers, the array numbers, to set the array numbers always dynamically. Now let's check the logic. Yes, 1 showing 2 here, 2 is coming 2 times, 3 is coming 3 times, 4 is coming again this is messed up. There must be something that we are missing here. What we are missing is the random number function is okay. Well, this is the error. We have to increase the increment with the incremental value whenever this is successful. We have successfully insert any number, then we'll increase our I. This is it. So this should be serve our purpose. 3 3 3 4 4 4 4. Now this is 5. 5 will appear 5 times. Yes. Now you can see that our spike is spawning very harshly. There is no animation. This is looking so rigid. We will spawn our spike animatingly. That means our spike will animate, and this this is just getting true and false, true and false. So this is not animation. Now we will create animation on the basis of the spike spawning. This is it. Thank you for today. We will learn to animate our spike in the next episode with a new tool. We will learn iTwin to animate our spike. This is a new tool for animating game objects. Till then, take care and stay tuned to us. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel for latest updates. You can also like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.